27.0, Universe Number 3. Stilson had his team ready and the scientists were all ready to check the physical constants. The lieutenant reported that they could now see stars and were in a system with planets. However, the scientific team reported that the fundamental constants had changed again, and the speed of light had increased 10%. The next meeting the captain called was to compare the home universe and the two other universes. There were still no conclusions of what to do next, but there were some interesting points raised. One physicist said, "The increase of the speed of light here is really interesting. It means that our brains should all be working 10% faster in this universe than our home universe. We should spend some time here researching this problem because we might be smarter here to figure it out than elsewhere." Another psychologist named Janet Tolbert offered, "What if there are other factors affecting where the wormhole drive takes us? Since these universes have different properties, maybe our conscious focus affects where we end up too." Captain Jensen and the other leaders like Jason considered these ideas and realized that getting home might be more complex than previously thought. Everyone did feel sharp, though, which might be due to this third universe properties, so the captain agreed to stay there for at least a few weeks to see what concepts and research they could do to find a solution. Was there any way they could ever get home? Or should they just try to find a nice universe with good fundamentals and set up a new colony? Surprisingly, the other scientists took Miss Tolbert seriously. Maybe the consciousness of the crew could affect where they were sent in universe shifting, since that might be a missing factor in their efforts to get home. At the least, having people all thinking one thing in transition could not hurt what happened. A team was formed to get everyone visualizing the same result for the next transition. The more complex decision was as to what exactly they should all visualize. Another team was trying to find a relationship between the physical constants observed in each universe and what exactly happened to the wormhole drive during transition. A large amount of data on microgravity fields was being taken during each transition. The problem was that the team needed more data. 3 universes of information was not enough to see a pattern yet. The astronomers measuring the current universe, 3, believed that it was much further along in development than the home universe. The condition of the stars and galaxies observed was more like what would happen at home after 30 billion years. This was shown by galaxies being much further apart and a larger proportion of much older stars in the current galaxy. At least 50% of the stars around them seemed to be 10 billion years old or more. Nobody was interested in planting a colony in this location. It was probably because they might never find Earth again, and people didn't think this was an optimal place to live. After several weeks of making observations, the science committee voted that it was time to make another transition. The psychology of belief would be tested this time. Everyone would be tied to an intership broadcast, which would put everyone into a relaxed state. Then everyone would visualize that they all had superintelligence and lived in a normal universe with stars and planets. After everyone had gone through this visualization and was tied in at their stations and very relaxed, the captain ordered the next wormhole transition. It went more smoothly this time since at this last location the engineers had been able to concentrate on improving the transition and evening out any gravity fluctuations. Everyone came through with no injuries.